Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia, Season 6, Episode 16. We kind of start off where we ended with Deku unconscious, Bakugo trying to go see him, and then that part of it just doesn't do anything for the entire rest of the episode. So, yeah, I thought, we were going to have some sort of Bakugo inner monologue type deal going on, but no, like Bakugo was in it for like 12 seconds, and then that was kind of all she wrote. We then end up going to kind of Hawks' background, where we learn that his father killed somebody for a small sum of money, and his mother hid him. And then Hawks was born kind of slightly after that. His parents, or at least his father, was very abusive. His mother was just kind of, there. I don't know what was going on with her. Um, she seemed like she was kind of depressed all the time um, about their living situation. Um, Hawks got, physically abused by his father. He wanted to go outside and help people, but um, his dad and his mom, his dad, I would say, were like, no, you can't go outside. If they see that you're around, that means they'll think he's around, and if they know he's around, they're going to come after him, capture him. He's going to go to jail. Hawks' dad seemed to have some sort of feather quirk, and his mom seemed to have some sort of seeing eye quirk. There's like floaty eyes going on around her. Not really sure what either of their quirks are, but Endeavor ends up capturing, his father. He goes to jail, and then his mom just like doesn't know what to do. Essentially, she's just like, go make money, go do something. You know what you have to do. They know his quirk has the ability to steal money. However, these people from this special hero division unit show up, and they're like, hey, if if Hawks comes and basically goes in this hero training program type deal, your family will be taken care of. And she was like, what are you talking about? We're the only ones here. And she was like, basically you'll be free from any charges for hiding your husband. And, basically, accessory to a crime, I think is how they would classify that. So Hawks does it not really for his mom, but more for him, because at this point, Hawks has been seeing all of these heroes on TV. He's kind of living in Fantasyland because his home life sucks, because he's getting mentally and physically abused. So he sees this as an out to become a hero and actually do some good for the world, and get out of the situation that he's in. So he's not doing it he's really not doing it for his family. He's not doing it for his mom or dad. He's doing it for himself, because he doesn't want to be in that situation anymore. And can you blame him? Can you blame him? We then learn that Hawks and Best Jeanist kind of figured out a plan to undergo a surgery where essentially Best Jeanist was dead, but he wasn't actually dead. And then we learn that Dabi suggested that they preserve his body, essentially, probably for a Nomu in the future. So they did that. So the League of Villains, Dabi actually, Paranormal Liberation Front, rather, I should say, actually helped in preserving Best Jeanist's body. After they essentially killed him. He was basically in a state of death, but not dead. Whatever you want to call it. So they preserved his body. We learn that the heroes really aren't around anymore, especially in the I guess less money districts or urban areas, if you will. They all kind of just went up and left. A lot of people are kind of forced to defend themselves, essentially. Basically, there's no one's going to defend them, so they have to use their own quirks and they have to use their own weapons they can find in order to defend themselves, which then causes more damage because they don't know how to use these support items, and it ends up getting them hurt in the process. Hawks then learns that his mother, basically gave away all of his and his father's information. Someone from the League of Villains showed up asking questions, And she was like, yep, I gave him the information and I left because I don't want to be more of a burden to you, blah, blah, blah. Hawks said he has a bunch of loose ends he needs to tie up, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Hawks and probably Best Genius in the future trying to clean up this mess. I know both of them are hurting right now. Hawks maybe more so. Best Genius is walking around. But you can hear the strain in Hawk's voice when he takes off his mask, so I'm assuming similar to Shoto, his vocal cords probably got burnt up a little bit too. And he has no wings right now. So I have no idea if he's going to get his wings back or they have been essentially completely destroyed. Um, that I do not know. It looks like Hawks was actually saving some people back when he was a kid, too. A couple of times, he was always urging to get out. I'm assuming his mom has that sensibility where she can kind of sense danger with the eyeball thing. And that got passed to him along with his father's feather quirk. So kind of a dual quirk combination that made him a very good hero. Similar to Shoto. Where he's got the half hot, half cold. Those basically two really good quirks making an excellent quirk. We learn that all of these villains have escaped. You see Wash a little bit. You see support items. And basically, they used, people were trying to defend their business using a support item and ended up killing villains in themselves or severely injuring. And they all were like, where were you, Wash? What the heck were you doing? And, there's just so much going on right now in the Aftermath that it's impossible to stop every single villain. The number 9 hero, this samurai dude, retired. A lot of heroes just quit and left because they just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Everybody was hating on them. It was just too much, so they left. We actually see Stain going back to his house somewhere. Let's see if we can get a nice little image of him. Yeah, there you go. That might be that might be the thumbnail, possibly. That might be it. That looks like a good thumbnail. But Stain is back in action, so he's going to be out killing heroes again. And All Might's done. So I'm not really sure. It's kind of like, who does he deem as worthy? I don't know if he's going to end up, if we're going to get another arc with him. Because, he was like a big thing. Season 1, Season 2, I don't remember the exact season he was in. But we haven't seen him for a very long time. And it'll definitely be interesting to see, what part he's going to be playing in the future as well. If he gets stronger, he gets modified. We then have Endeavor basically, saying that, sure, I'm alive, but I froze up. It happened twice now, where one of his sons is in danger, and he just freezes. His family. He just ends up freezing up because of I guess emotional trauma to a certain extent, and he's saying that Endeavor is dead at this point in time. He's crying, and his family comes to see him, and they're like, "Why are you crying?" And he was like, "I did all these terrible things in the past, but his wife is there too. The whole Todoroki clan shows up because they have to talk about what's going to happen with Toya, and what they plan on doing about it. I'm assuming it's something where they're essentially going to agree to put him down. Is how that's going to work. Not 100%, but that's kind of where the episode ends. Get a little bit of a preview. We're going to see the Todoroki family probably a lot next episode, if not all of the next episode, and probably see what led up to, I'm guessing, Toya, getting killed or being in a really, really bad accident, and then maybe how he got to the League of Villains. I'm hoping, we get some backstory on that. Will we see Deku next episode, 50/50? We got several episodes left, but I really don't know where this is going. A lot of kind of subplots going on right now, so it's kind of hard to tell where this is going. But good episode overall. It's kind of weird because I feel like we're getting way off of the main storyline and kind of like going on these side quests. But at the same time, I like the characters. You know, I like the Todoroki family. I like seeing Hawks. I would argue that a lot of people would like to see Mirko back and maybe some of her backstory, which I don't know if we're going to get that in the future or not. We haven't seen her condition. You know, she was she's one of the heroes that got like critically injured that they didn't actually mention. You know that she was fine. So I'm not sure what's going to go on with her. I mean, her leg got her. I think it was one leg and one arm got like crushed beyond repair to a certain extent. So I have no idea what the heck is going to happen with her. I know she's a fan favorite, so I'm assuming she's probably still alive. But maybe we'll see her in the next couple of episodes too. Who really knows? But my guess is the next episode is probably going to be the entire Todoroki family. Probably going to be like a sit down discussion episode. Maybe we'll get a little Hawks in there. Maybe we'll get something with Deku in there. I really don't know. I mean, everybody's kind of like curious, like what the heck is going to happen to Deku? Like, are his arms completely shot now? You know, he used them and destroyed them yet again. So I don't know if they're going to get Eri in there to like reverse all of the damage. That would be my best guess, but at this point, you know, it's kind of up in the wind. So there you have it. My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 16. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a comment what you want to see for future anime, cartoon-related videos, and you'll be looking forward to Miss Nagatoro tomorrow. I will see you then. Have a good one.